Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're diving into a really important topic that's been buzzing in the news lately, statutory sick pay, or SSP for short. Yeah, it's one of those things that doesn't always get the spotlight it deserves, but it's super critical for so many people. Right now, ministers are under a ton of pressure to bump up the basic rate of SSP, which is currently sitting at just PS3 an hour for full-time workers. Can you believe that? It's pretty shocking when you think about it. There's a lot of concern out there. Hundreds of thousands of folks each year are struggling without enough financial support to cover essential bills while they're off work due to illness. So here's the deal. Starting this Monday, the government is rolling out a consultation that coincides with the second reading of an employment rights bill. This new bill aims to ensure that workers can access paid sick leave from day one. That's a huge step forward, especially for those earning less than PS123 a week. I mean, right? That's definitely a move in the right direction. Now, while many campaigners are welcoming these changes, they're also saying, hey, hold on a minute, they want ministers to do even more, specifically to increase the actual sick pay amount, which is currently fixed at PS116 a week. Yeah, that amount is pegged to inflation, but it's just not cutting it for many people. They argue that this low rate really pushes vulnerable folks into poverty, which is a massive issue we can't ignore. In fact, a group of charities including Citizens Advice, Macmillan Cancer Support, Mind and Maggie's sent a heartfelt letter to Keir Starmer. They urged the government to amend the bill so that ministers can actually raise sick pay, especially given the worsening health situations many working-age people are facing. It's kind of concerning when you think about it. They pointed out that every year, hundreds of thousands of working people are diagnosed with serious conditions like infectious diseases, cancer, and mental health problems. These individuals often find themselves without enough financial support to cover basic necessities like food, rent, and heating. I see how dire the situation is for many out there. The charities emphasize that there's a ton of evidence from medical studies to insights from leading think tanks that suggest the current SSP system is harmful not just for workers but also for employers and the government as a whole. It's interesting to consider how this might impact the government's broader goals too. They have this mission to grow the economy and support the NHS, right? But if they're not addressing these fundamental issues, it could really hold them back. On that note, a recent report from WPI Economics, led by the welfare reform expert Matthew Oakley, highlights another compelling reason to raise sick pay. Oakley found that if the rate were increased, it could actually lead to fewer days off work. That's right. By providing better sick pay, we could prevent unwell workers from slipping into out-of-work benefits and also reduce the prolonged absences caused by declining health. Sounds pretty logical, doesn't it? Oakley estimates that increasing sick pay could yield a whopping net benefit of PS4.1 billion to businesses, the Treasury, and the economy as a whole. It's all about boosting productivity and minimizing those long absences while improving public health. When people have better support, they're less likely to spread illnesses by dragging themselves into work when they're sick. Amanda Walters, who's from the Center for Progressive Change and is leading the campaign for better sick pay, made a really great point. She said that most of us try to tough it out when we're feeling under the weather, but sometimes pushing through can just make things worse. I mean, we've all been there, right? You end up feeling more ill and less productive. It's a cycle that just doesn't help anyone. Walters added that it would be a huge missed opportunity if the government doesn't tackle the SSP rate now. She argued that no worker should have to risk their health simply because they don't have access to decent sick pay. And it's a pretty strong statement, and it makes you think about the responsibilities we have to support workers. Under the current proposals, if you're a full-time worker earning the average UK salary, you could still find yourself losing around PS419 net in the first week of illness, even with the new day one sick pay rights. That's tough. Research from the University of Loughborough indicates that this amount puts people below what's considered a minimum acceptable standard of living. Oh, and speaking of this issue, let's not forget what Keir Starmer said at the TUC conference back in 2021 when sick pay was at just PS95.85 a week. He promised that a Labour government would not only ensure all workers receive sick pay, but would also increase the amount that's paid out. It's clear that many people feel the current system just isn't good enough. Starmer pointed out that the UK has one of the lowest sick pay rates in Europe, which is pretty eye-opening, right? So, as we can see, this is a multifaceted issue that really affects a lot of people's lives. The push for increased sick pay isn't just about money, it's about dignity, health, and ultimately ensuring that people don't have to make impossible choices when they're unwell. It's about building a system that supports workers, helps businesses, and fosters a healthier society overall. All right, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think the government will take action to raise sick pay, or will it be more of the same? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more discussions like this. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and take care.
Thanks for watching our video. Please hit the bell icon and subscribe the channel. Thank you.